वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू,
है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू।
मैं जहाँ रहूं जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू,
मैं जहाँ रहूं जहाँ में याद रहे तू।
Hello and welcome to Zakir Husain Delhi College Orientation 2021. This is Abdul Hamid and I'll be hosting you today for the Orientation Day 2021. We'll start with the college Tarana. बुलंदी आम पे इल्म के बड़े चलो बड़े चलो. That was an auspicious beginning. Let me now invite our admission nodal officer, Professor Tuteja, from the Department of Mathematics, to deliver welcome address. Professor Tuteja, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Abdul. Good morning, all. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Mahajan, Advisor, Science and Engineering Board. Respected Professor Sangeeta Pandita, Principal, Zakir Husain, Delhi College. Colleagues and dear students, a very warm welcome to this orientation program 2021. It seems like yesterday I was one of you attending orientation program as a fresher and wondering what colleges has to offer me. Time flies and now I am here welcoming you all. That's the keyword, time flies. I want you to keep in mind that there is no time to waste. Of course, a lot of you, if not all, must be thinking that a college is a place for fun, which it is, but do not forget that you are here to learn, to get education, and go out in the world with a valuable degree. College years can be best time of your life if you can remember and understand the word balance. I will not begin your day with a sermon for attending classes, joining societies, NSS, NCC for stress relieving, of course, but I can promise you that in this place you will learn a lot. You will have a lot of friends and you will leave with a valuable degree along with the memories to be cherished throughout your life. To conclude, I would like to welcome you all to this beautiful family of Zakir Husain, Delhi College. I wish you all the best for this enlightening journey of education and success. With a prayer to Almighty God for your best future. Thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Let me now invite our respected principal, Professor Sangeeta Pandita, for the inaugural address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Hamid. Thank you, Dr. Tuteja, for having set the tone for this beautiful day, the orientation day. I would like to welcome Professor Rajiv Mahajan, who's our guest of today's speaker. We are eagerly awaiting your lecture, sir. And a very bright good morning to all of you, all students and faculty members and everybody who has joined this program. This indeed is a wonderful day for students who are beginning their new college session. It is a period of transition and a very important period because, you know, you're coming from school to college into a big, it might appear a little complex to you, but remember, we are all here to deconstruct that for you and to demystify many of the things and make it simpler for you to integrate into this Zakir Husain College fraternity. So greetings from this desk to all of you and a very warm welcome to Zakir Husain Delhi College. Now, before I tell anything further, I must congratulate you for what you have already achieved. You know, all of you we've all been, for the last 20 months or so, we have all passed through very challenging times. We have, we all have been through various kinds of travails, but we have survived, which means we have something bigger in us than our problems. So I would, congratulate you because you've already made it to a very small percentage of population who have access to higher education, and to an even smaller percentage who have access to institutes of eminence, such as the University of Delhi. So congratulate yourself, and we are very grateful to people who have supported you all throughout this journey and who are offering you to us today. We accept you with love because we live by love. That's our motto. So welcome. I'll tell you a little briefly about the history, the remarkable history of this college. We have survived some 300 odd years through passing through various trials, travails, tests, and challenges of history that came through us, through our way. And it was the vision, it was the commitment of all those people who were at the forefront of that time, who saw that the value of education was supreme, therefore it had to be protected at all costs. So we are here because people took some very strong, challenges head on. And we have nothing but gratefulness to offer to them today. You'll soon discover, the more you read about this, the history of our college, the more appreciation you have for who we are. So I'm sure the library has enough stuff on this, and you would like to reach out to library once you are formally initiated into this family. This history, I must tell you, engages scholars even today. In Europe and India and elsewhere in the world, people are still studying this with deep and getting some deep insights into the history. So it is an engaging area of study still. So, but we do not sort of reside always in the past. We go to past for some inspiration, and because times are challenging at times, and we do need to look back and get inspiration from that. Some poet has said that अपने असलाफ के अहवाल को जरा गौर से पढ़, फिर से जोश तेरे जज्बात में आ जाएगा. So हम उसी जोश के लिए बार बार पीछे देखते हैं कि उन्होंने किन हालात में काम किया. It becomes a source of inspiration for us to move on. It's not that we are stuck in past, we are moved abreast. Today we are among the best in the city in imbibing all that the new era has to offer, which is why we have state-of-the-art facilities all along, whether it is library, which is fully automated, or the infrastructure, which is top class, or student care, which we leave no stone unturned to see that students get the best of attention, their problems are solved, they don't get into any trouble. Our faculty mentors them so well. They have all kinds of support available. Student support is fantastic, whether it is in the administration or elsewhere or healthcare. We provide all those facilities to students. Many of us go out of the way, from outside the classroom to get, establish contact with students to solve their problems. Continuously, regularly, mentor them. That's why they find places in institutes of higher learning, and they carve out their niche in the rest of the, when they go out of this college. It's not that we believe in, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Therefore, we have proper avenues for you to, find your where your talents can blossom. We have lots of societies. You will get a review of that very soon. We have the arts and culture. We have social work, also NSS. We have NCC. We have departmental societies. There are lots of platforms for you students where you can, find your want in life, where you can, relax a little and do something other than your rigorous studies. Your academic schedule is going to be rigorous, there's no doubt about it. And there will be many deadlines that will keep you alive, So don't worry, but we have an excellent support system. They'll guide you, coach you sometimes to, avail yours so that you are best, integrated into the system. Now, as far as your role is concerned, because you are a student and there are certain responsibilities that come with you, there are certain freedoms that you're looking forward to. Student life, one tends to have, a lot of masti and a lot of freedom we have. But dear students, let me tell you that freedom जो है आज़ादी मनमानियों का नाम नहीं है. बल्कि मकबूल पाबंदियों का नाम है. So once we have a set of rules and regulations which you have to adhere to, because they are designed to make your life simpler. Right, so we'll follow in that pattern and discover ourselves elsewhere. So those responsibilities I want you all to keep in mind, that what are your role obligations as students, those you will adhere to, and we'll assure that rest of it is taken care of in providing you holistic, for your holistic development, we provide that congenial atmosphere. Now, as students, you would certainly, want what is required of me, what is required of me. So we want our students to be respectful not only to the elders, but to everyone around. There'll be occasions when you will enter into debates and discussions. There'll be occasions when you will find people not saying the same thing as you are. Be especially respectful towards those. Ideas and opinions can be different. Be respectful to it. Everybody has a point of view and an opinion. Be respectful towards that, but never digress from your focus. Pointedly follow your dreams. We'll be here to support them in as much as we can, all of us put together. We'll support all those processes and see that your stay in the college is fruitful and joyful. That's what we emphasize. We want you to be joyful always, pursuing your inner abilities and giving them a chance to blossom fully. You have all of us telling you that we are there for you to help. There will be problems because we are on the seamless online. Getting into this system has not been easy for many students, because we all feel we have that, whether we want it or not, a certain digital divide does exist. So don't worry, because our teachers will certainly help you get integrated into the system by some means. They'll provide you some links or the other. That's what we have seen in last year, but they will not let you go out. All this support system that I'm talking to you about is fine, but after all, it is support system. तो आप स्टूडेंट्स को प्लीज ध्यान में रखिए that these are all support systems, right? ये असा है, right? ये आप चलने के लिए आप ही को चलना पड़ेगा. You have to take ownership of your learning. You have to take charge of your life. We are there at every step, every stage. We are there to support you. But remember that it is you who has to take steps. Whenever you face a problem digitally, there are some people who have faced some problems. Please reach out to your teachers immediately. Immediately, that problem will be solved. But you have to reach out. You have to break. If there is some hesitation, just drop that by the side, because unless you talk out, I don't think anybody can help. So please, there is total, even if it is not your own teacher you wish to talk to, somebody else, there are enough societies in the college, you have them all on the website. You can reach out to any of those societies wherever your problem lies. But please reach out, that's important. Because we are not meeting physically, it is likely that some kind of communication gaps will happen. Let us not let those communication gaps cause any kind of divide. We are one, we are a huge loving society here, waiting to accept you as you are, and then we will work with you towards achieving your goals and dreams. As far as I'm concerned, it's my dream, and I'm looking at this batch of students. I'm looking at a potential Nobel laureate, why not? I'm looking at a successful entrepreneur. I'm also talking to an accomplished artist, a brilliant scholar, a great scientist, or maybe a wonderful, outstanding sports person also. So all this is what we all would want you to be, and much more. So we'll help you in achieving your dreams that are possible at the undergraduate level, and help you further. That's what we have been doing, right? So with all this, I think I'm delighted to welcome you all to this great college, great historic college. You'll discover a lot about it once you join the college. Once we have an occasion to meet physically, I would really love to do that in our green campus and in our good, very beautiful auditorium we have. All those facilities will savor once we are on the campus. But for the moment, I think we'll have to make do with whatever we have, the way we are. And we welcome you once again, all of you, and thank everybody who's present here, who's taken time to be present here. Thank you so much. And I hand over to Dr. Hamid.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your enlightening and inspiring speech. Now we'll have a virtual tour of the college campus so that the newly joined students can familiarize themselves with the campus and how things work in the college. We'll start with the college tour now.
Every institution has a history, a story of its evolution and its grandeur, of its success and participation in civilization progress, of its contributions to nation building, and the manifold ways in which it becomes part of the historic process in a society. Sometimes an institution itself becomes the history of a nation, of civilization, of the ups and downs in a society. Such institutions do not just become part of the historic process, they create history for societies and nations. They make and they witness the passage of history through land and its people. Zakir Husain Delhi College is such an institution that stands at the cusp of the history of the subcontinent. Over more than 300 years, it has stood witness to the passage of subcontinent history through the Mughals, the British, and the modern Indian state. Today, Zakir Husain Delhi College is a proud institution of higher learning under the Government of India, run by the Zakir Husain Memorial Trust, presided over by the Prime Minister of India.
A hearty welcome to the batch of 2024. It gives me great pleasure to welcome the batch of 2024 to this historic institution, Zakir Husain Delhi College. Our endeavor is to provide a congenial, harmonious environment for academic growth and enrichment. We make efforts to allow your innate talents to blossom in the rich academic and cultural traditions of this historic college. Our anchors will now take you on a journey that awaits you all. Welcome once again.
Batch of 2024, welcome to Zakir Husain Delhi College. I am Akshi Sharma from 3rd year BA English Honours, and today I will take you around this campus on the virtual tour. As you are eagerly waiting to visit the college for regular classes in the physical mode, the college has prepared itself with the state-of-its-art facilities to welcome you and help you grow as excellent graduates of the University of Delhi. Come on, let's walk around the campus. As you enter the college, you need to show your ID cards to the guards and get your temperature checked. After showing your vaccination certificates, you need to sanitize your hands. After sanitizing your hands, you are finally inside the campus and ready to explore it. As we move forward, this is the NCC flag station and Roll of Honor. To your right is the Boys' Common Room, commonly called PCR. This is the place where male students can be at ease. Here is the Canara Bank ZTC branch where you can conveniently manage your finances. This, dear girls, is a girls' common room. For the next 3 years, this will be your go-to place when you feel like taking a break or finally the canteen. From tasty chili potatoes to a hot cup of tea, the canteen has a long menu when you are hungry or otherwise. As we are going ahead, the beautiful garden here is called the Rose Garden. ZHTC no doubt has the best gardens in the entire DU circuit. Here, as you can see, is the national flag, and what you see beyond the flag is our new college building, which is one of the biggest college buildings in DU. Standing tall in front of us is the science block. Let's go in and check the labs now. These are the labs where you will be experimenting and learning. Is the medical room for first aid and healthcare. This is also the place where counseling sessions take place. As we go further, here is the Mirza Mahmud Beg Library. The college's library has books of almost all subjects and genres, ranging from most to least popular. Dear students, our college library is one of the biggest and oldest in the university. You can also bring your laptop or books with you and spend some quality time reading, learning, and researching here. Upstairs is the reputed Salman Ghani Hashmi Auditorium. This huge hall is the place where all the major events take place. The windows in front of us are part of the administrative block. We have 4 separate windows. Window number 1 is dedicated to serve BA program students. Window 2 looks after all BA honors students. Window 7 is for the commerce students, and window 9 is where science students go for their work. In case you are in need of any help beyond the window assistance, you should meet the section officer in room number 5, Mr. Ayaz Ahmed, who is very cordial and always helpful. Let's go upstairs in the administrative building and see the college seminar room. This is where you will organize and attend seminars and lectures as part of your course and various co-curricular activities. Now allow me to take you to the most significant office in the college, the principal's office. You may have a chance to visit this place during 3 years of your college time. Here we have the administrative officer whose permission is required to visit the principal. When you enter the principal's office, you should request the receptionist for an appointment with the principal and then wait for your turn. While you wait to meet the principal, spend your time checking these laurels on the wall. This will tell you a lot about some wonderful achievements of our college in the previous years. As you have familiarized yourself with the college, be ready to visit the campus and have a great college experience ahead. Good luck!
I'm sure that has given our students a wonderful view of the campus, and how the campus would look like and where to go throughout the campus for various facilities when they finally come to the college campus for regular classes. Now, much awaited guest speaker is here, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Mahajan. Our students are fortunate to have him here because he's a multi-talented personality, and he will conduct a session for our students in the next 30 to 40 minutes. Let me introduce and welcome him to our event. Dr. Rajiv Kumar Mahajan is a former group captain in the Indian Air Force and currently works as a scientific advisor to Government of India. In a distinguished career over 35 years as a management leader, advisor, policy maker, and military aviator, he has devised operational roadmaps, achieved organizational visions, and enabled next generation levels of science capital in India. Valued as a natural and empowering leader, he has attained verifiable success in managing complex situations in rapid change environments, creating value-added programs and risk management initiatives, improving health and stability of operations, and increasing organizational visibility. As a member of governing boards, committees, and cross-functional groups, Dr. Mahajan coordinates with stakeholders in India and abroad with diplomacy and practiced ease. He was also a member of the UN Committee on Meteorology. His domains of expertise include operations, science and technology programs, R&D, policy development, innovation, and public services. His presence with us today is the best part of this orientation program, as our students have the golden opportunity to listen to a multi-talented personality who is also a significant part of the governance of our country. Let me now welcome Dr. Rajiv Kumar Mahajan to enlighten our newly admitted students on this occasion. Over to you, Dr. Mahajan.
Can you all hear me loudly, or there is some problem?
Yes, sir. You are both audible and visible.
Okay, great. And my presentation is in which mode presently?
You have to put it into full screen mode.
Yes, I have to? You mean to say? Okay. Now?
It hasn't started yet. Okay. Maybe start the slideshow. Once you start the slideshow, it will come.
Okay, fine. So when I go to the next slide, please do let me know in case still it is not in the presentation mode or not, right? Okay. So good morning, everybody. The principal, Dr. Tuteja, the learned faculty, and all the students. So when I say students, I actually am very clear that though you are students, you are here to learn, but a lot to learn from all of you. This is what my strong belief is, that the current generation is the one, perhaps which is paying rich dividends in not only the academic universities, but even in the technical colleges, the technical, institutions, the premier institutions like IITs. So you will be surprised. Before I start my talk, I must share with you that I was having a very intense talk with some AIML expert in IIT Kharagpur, and he told me that most of the bright ideas actually do not come from MTech or PhD students or maybe the professors or the experts. Most of the bright ideas, which are workable ideas and they are successful ideas, they always come from the youngsters, the people who are undergoing BTech. So this was not something which amused me, that surprised me, because I always strongly believe that it is always the younger generation which has the brighter ideas in comparison to our generation. So a lot to learn from you while this interaction. I don't know whether I can really make this session as interactive, which I would have loved to, but then Perhaps there could be a problem on the issue of screening. So I really don't know. I should have checked that part. And in any case, the time is also at premium, so I will stick to my presentation per se, to talk to you sometime later when everything eases out and we are in offline mode. So there was a brief introduction of mine. Thank you so much, Abdul ji, for great words. And I'm sure at the end of this presentation, you will all find Khoda Pahad or Nikli Chuhiya. So I'm sure that I don't deserve, such kind of words for that matter. So my presentation mode is not coming. So there is a problem here.
Should Professor Tuteja run it from his end? Sir?
Yes, please let him do that.
Tuteja?
So should I stop sharing this from here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Professor Tuteja, please run it from your end.
With that only, let me convert it into PDF.
Okay, wonderful. So I have actually stopped sharing. I will again share, and then you can take on it. Now it is done. Is it done now? Hello.
It's fine now, sir. It's fine.
Okay, it's fine. So I'm at your doorsteps to say what field you have chosen, the course you have chosen. Do you have it in you? So I thought, before I talk about this part, I must, congratulate you first of all. The college, I was amazed. I myself, belong to Delhi University, but so ignorant that I didn't know that this Zakir Husain College where you are sitting today has a legacy of almost 3 centuries, 300 years. I mean, I used to feel very proud campus, Kirodimal College, etc., etc. But see the ignorance, after almost a stage where I'm going to superannuate in next few years. So you should be really privileged lot. And I go with Dr. Sangeeta that you should make best of this opportunity to see to it that these 3 years you are here, are not only utilized well by you on yourself, but for the contribution which you are going to make to others by sheer your presence actually. And this is what is going to make a difference in the environment of Zakir Husain, which is already rich. Now, you might have chosen this field, whatever course you have chosen, right? So is it because perhaps parents wanted you to do so? I'm sure 70% of the guys, in case I'm on offline mode and I ask this question that, is it because of this? They will say, yes, sir. My father, my mother, my grandpa, wanted me to do this. That is why I'm here. This is unfortunate, but this is true. In most of the times, what I've seen. I want a job in a big setup, so I wanted to study from Delhi University, a reasonable college. That is why I'm here. I want money, travel, status that pulls me. And if you are so unfortunate that you were, actually pursuing engineering, as your first option, and or maybe the medicine as first option, or maybe something else as first option, a professional, but you were not selected and you had no choice but to join an academic course. Do you belong to this category? Think over it. Or is it because after graduation either you become a civil servant or a corporate man, and for that to happen either you are a technocrat, which is a relatively easier route, or you join an academic course like this. I want to impress someone in my life, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my grandpa, or perhaps a relative, that to see to it that my impression which is there as on now, it doesn't diminish anymore. Are these the reasons you join this course or this field? So if these are the reasons, I'm sorry that you have taken a wrong bus. I don't want to disappoint you, but as we go further on this presentation, your disappointment, even if it is there for a fraction of seconds, will change. So did you ever think like this, in comparison to the previous slide, that joining a course of own choice is essential to my first assertion towards me. So how to be successful in life, and I personally feel to be successful in life, you need to be assertive first, and the first assertion comes to you, to yourself actually. Is it the reason to improve quality of life, what I have already led, to develop the next generation of everything? Because ultimately, as I said earlier, I very strongly believe and practice the young generation is the generation which is actually the crux actually, and this is where everybody should invest time, energy, and resources to see to it that they are comfortable, they are compatible with the rest of the society, and they are doing well. And by doing well, I will take you to this journey that what is my definition of doing well. To do wonders by combining talent, skills, logic, which you already have through the human interfaces, to look forward to challenges, curiosity, excitement. That is perhaps your goal. That is perhaps your motivation, or that's perhaps your inspiration. Or else to join the community of intellectuals and exchange knowledge. Who are the intellectuals around you? Are these the professors, the faculty people who are going to mentor you, teach you, guide you, mentor you, invigorate you? No. Your own peer group, your own seniors, which are already in the college. These are, I was going through somebody conducting a personal tour of the college beautifully. I mean, look at the confidence in that girl, how well she managed it. So if you did think so like this, even if a bit of it, I think you seems on the right track. So if you're on the right track, even bit of it, I think this presentation is going to be successful. So I strongly believe myself that when you believe in yourself, everything, start working. But then to believe in yourself, what is more important, your current thoughts are the ones which are actually shaping your future. So if what you focus on the most, today will appear actually as your life tomorrow. Always remember, your thoughts are going to become finally the things. Your thoughts are going to become finally the actions. Your thoughts are going to finally become Mr. So-and-so, Dr. So-and-so, and so on. So my only contention through this slide to tell you is, if you really want to dream, so dream big, and think so that you are actually likely to acquire that dream in future actually. And believe me, if you dream big today, don't get intimidated, don't get influenced, don't get impressed, don't get apprehensive, don't get poor perceptions that somebody during your last 12 years of education, the formal education, somebody told you during your mentorship, either a teacher or your father or your mother or somebody, even your elders for that matter, somebody told you that you are not good enough for this thing. That should not at all stop you to think big, dream big. Unless you dream big today, you will actually not become big. Start thinking that. I also thought, perhaps I must show you this slide actually, right? There is generally, when you go through this course and, you may go through post-graduation, you may go through PhD and whatever you have decided your charted course, or maybe you have not decided as of now. But finally, you're going to be in the shoes of your dad. You're going to be in the shoes of your mom. So if this is the case, what you need to differentiate today, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a subtle difference between a career and a job. And to give you glimpses of what I feel about this, career is nothing a deliberate decision that is meant to pursue a way of life. And whereas a job is necessary, done for only money and secure life. Think over it. Which category start from beginning, right from your first year, you have, because see, let's be practical. You are here for this course, not just to acquire knowledge, not just to acquire skills, but your ultimate goal is to settle in life. So if your ultimate goal is to settle in life like anybody else, unless you are serious about this aspect, now onwards, things may not work out as per your desires actually. The career is a goal setting and forward thinking with vision, whereas a job is simply a short-term goal. Conceptual and intellectual work is something which career prompts, and it leads to innovation, risk-taking, and enthusiasm. The enthusiasm will not die in a career, okay? Whereas job could be a much relaxed work, routine type. With passage of time, this routine type of work could lead to lesser interest. Career per se means growth and achievement over a period of time. There is a systematic charter. There is a procedure. There is an institutional grooming. And this growth will actually lead to achievements through a pipeline, which is already laid down for you. Whereas job may not have that kind of impact on your future. It will have some impact, some promotions, but not as it would happen in career. So it could mean career means power, success, and wealth, whereas job will barely, fulfill your needs adequately. Importantly, career means fueling passion and builds up personality per se, whereas a job, unfortunately, could also lead to building ego, self-identity, and sense of somebody's place. So to sum it up, as far as this slide is concerned, job is an end, while career is an end in itself. Your choice. And before I go further, I thought, I must show you this slide. This is something very interesting. The slide is well up to 2016. Things have changed. So I did wish to take those aberrations, which have changed between 2016 to 2019, because these are very abrupt periods. And 2019 to 2021, once again, this was a very abrupt period because of obvious reason of COVID being in harrowing state, everywhere. But what I wanted to show you through this slide, when it comes to public sector jobs, the government jobs and the private jobs. So one differentiation you should know right from now, what is a career and what is a job actually. Okay, the other differentiation you should know, don't go by what people say. Don't go by what peer group says. Don't go by what your father said. You actually look into this graph and you will have some answer that when it comes to public sector jobs, okay, look at the graph. If you have little bit of understanding of statistics, the graph do come down, and it has come down, 2012 onwards. But let me tell you, 2016 onwards, again, the graph is on rise, what I understand. And so is, as you can see, private sector, but around 2010 onwards, there is a huge exponential rise. But imagine, this rise actually led to a lot of losses in jobs, the attritions in job, exactly 2016 onwards. And particularly when the COVID started in early, 2020, things actually started becoming further worse. Actually, people lost their job. Almost 50% of the jobs were lost in the private sector. So you should also know what kind of sector you are going for and what it would lead to in your life. Some people have generally a fallacy, as a youngster. Even I had a fallacy at youngster, that though during my time there was no MNC, there were no corporate sector, but then whatever Lala type of jobs were there, this perception was there that means you are paid more in a private job in comparison to a government job. That's fallacy. You must actually take it out completely, because what you call as CTC today, cost to company, the package which is offered by most of the corporate world, actually, unfortunately, that CTC, if you compare with a similar level job, or a career for that matter, in government sector, you will find that this bar is going to be always higher. And which is this bar? You understand what I'm trying to say? The government sector will always spend much more on an employee in comparison to the private sector. So here is, I thought, after giving you some glimpses of government sector and private sector, what could be the difference between a government sector job and private sector job. I may not go through each and every line of this, but importantly, government sector essentially means security and stability during downturns, which you saw during recessions, can lead to complacency. Also, this is a drawback actually. However, if you are self-motivated, self-inspired, no such thing would happen, I can assure you. Security and stability directly is proportional to competence and results. If you are not doing well, you are simply thrown out, right? So this is what you need to look at. And importantly, the procedure and hierarchy is very formal in government sector. That's a handicap, but as when it comes to private sector, it is lesser formal, rather much more flexible than even government sector can. Now, I was talking about career versus job. So what are the career, So if career is a better thing than job, then what are the career options when it comes to the government sector? Okay, I will come to the corporate sector subsequently. Maybe an officer in armed forces, which I was once upon a time. In fact, that reminds me of that NCC parade which I saw in your college. I became really nostalgic because I was also not only the senior under officer of NCC, wing of my college, but I was the basically battalion senior under officer of the entire 5 Delhi battalion during my time. This was something really wonderful which happened in life, which gave me leadership. And more of it, perhaps when I talk to you later, actually. Judiciary, finance, and revenue are the sectors where you can think of career options depending upon your course curriculum and how you develop that, aviation, shipping and transport sector, power, infrastructure, and telecommunication. Why I'm giving you this, because see, unfortunately, you have a very generic idea. This is a government job, this is a private job, right? So maybe, I'm giving you some kind of detailed information that what kind of sectors will actually get you the government job. The last one being here, public sector undertakings, including BACs, and what is this blank space? Officer in civil services. I'm sure some of you, there have been great civil servants from even Zakir Husain College, which I personally know, and I'm in interaction with them. In fact, to share with you, last almost 10 years, I am in the mentoring of civil aspirants, actually, and basically I conduct mock interviews as part of some organization known as Sankalp. And whatever little time I get beyond my official routine on Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, I actually devote towards that sector, actually. This is something, you're all professors will agree with me. This, unfortunately, in this country, when it comes to the career of academic, from history of mine, my first job was, I would say job, not career. Okay, my first job was as a teacher. Okay, in a government school, not government school, sorry, private school, Hansraj Model School, Punjabi Bagh, and there I taught only for 1 year. And believe me, those were the times when a bank clerk was preferred option in comparison to a, even a postgraduate teacher. The PGT, who enjoys a great scale in terms of even the money per se, and he has an advantage of having a lot of tuitions, and make his bounty very heavy. But imagine bank clerk was a better option in comparison to the teacher in this country for even marital bliss, for choosing a partner, actually. Generally people didn't look at the teachers. Oh, Master ji, yeah, okay, fine. So why I wanted to show you the slide. So why even think of, being school teacher? You are in one of the finest colleges in this country, in Delhi University. Think over it. These are the average statistics, which with the kind of salary structure presently in US, actually. Even why even think of, having your throughout your life, in your country only. Maybe you explore options outside, then come back to the country, getting the rich experience there, the best practices, elsewhere, and then bring it back to the country, serve your country through this. And so imagine the kind of salaries, the annual salaries which are available, even as a graduate student. So I'm not talking about this graduate student. Please don't take it graduate student like you. Graduate student, I mean the people who are doing the PhD, actually. Look at the kind of dollars they receive to sustain this. My own daughter is presently in Germany. She's doing molecular biomedicine at Max Planck Institute, and she earns handsomely, saves for herself. And I'm a satisfied father that I don't have to take care of her financial needs. See, this is a stigma which I have myself. When I did my MSc Mathematics from Kyodimal College and joined this institution which I told you, and then worked on myself for next 2 years to be an Air Force officer. Why I didn't join? Rather, I joined PhD, to be very frank. I didn't get admission in Delhi University. There were only 10 seats for the direct PhD. I didn't wish to do MPhil and spend another 1 year there. So I went to MDU, the university at Rohtak actually, and there was only one seat for outsiders, so I got admission. But within 1.5 months, I realized this is not my cup of tea. That another 4 to 5 years I will struggle myself and then get into some proper academic career actually. So this stigma I want you to remove from your head actually. I'm not saying that you do PhD, but what I'm going to tell you through few next slides actually, stigma of PhD should be completely removed from your, because if you're going to spend more years in terms of your academic virtues, you are going to be actually benefited accordingly. It depends that where from you are going to do PhD. That also is going to mean. So PhD doesn't mean just to be an academician like your professors here, whether in ISC, IITs, NITs, ISERs, university setters, private universities, etc. Can you believe there are some corporate alternatives, in every field? Forget about the biosciences where there were some corporate options, some time back for PhDs. These are the times actually. So where the PhDs are preferred options, not only abroad, believe me, not only abroad, but in this country, there have been 20% hikes in certain type of profiles, okay, in last about 10 years, where PhDs are preferred options in comparison to graduates and postgraduates actually. I give you, a small example. There is one known youngster who is pursuing her PhD from USA in California University, and she was not very keen to do something beyond MTech. She said, I'm getting a decent job, but only I got in touch with her, and we talked on this issue many times, and I actually pressurized her to, if you really want to, actually her interest was in research. I said, you really want to go into research, it's better to complete PhD. Just by investing another 4 years in PhD, she is going to join in the same company she was getting an offer at least 4 levels higher than what she was getting an offer there. Believe me. How many levels higher? 4 levels higher. And those 4 levels, if you would have joined as BTech or MTech, because BTech and MTech for corporate sector is same, okay, when it comes to research. So it would have taken at least 12 years for her to reach that. So what I mean to say, be open mind, be flexible, and importantly, be informative on what decisions you make in life. So I will just go through these slides, one by one. I will just run through. So these are some of the options even in the country. You will find these jobs are generally, available to either MBAs or the CFAs or for that matter, the normal graduate, postgraduates are now. Actually, PhDs are being more preferred options. At least there is 20% hike. Market research analyst, business development managers, competitive intelligence analyst, quantitative analyst. Can you believe? Quantitative analysts are more and more PhDs are joining even in the country for that matter. Operation research analyst, of course, this job has been there from donkey years. I did MSc Maths, so this option was there for me to join there also. Startup versus corporates, this is another option which I thought I must bring to your knowledge. There are youngsters like you who during graduation stage itself, are able to create not only startups, they have sold those startups. They have sold those startups to major companies like Reliance. So start believing in yourself. You need not think of a career. You need not think of a job per se only as your options tomorrow, another 3 years. Start working on yourself depending upon what you think about yourself. But before you go further, I wanted to caution you on this. Good idea to think over and plan both during your course, whether joining a corporate or startup. But startups are easier when you are young. More time, more energy, less to lose when it comes to the resources. Startups can sometimes change what explosively. I just told you. I know 2 youngsters, personally, who during their graduation stage itself have sold their both startups one to Reliance and other to some UK-based company. But importantly, most of the startups fail. 88% of the startups on average have failed in last 10 years, even in this country. Less overall stability, for obvious reasons. So when it comes to the corporates, obviously they have more opportunities to change world, if not exponentially, explosively, but at least incrementally. So they are more stable, in terms of whatever it can be. So both can be exhilarating, but both can be frustrating, in terms of what you are going to take. Come on, sir. You have given so much of information. I'm actually really confused now. What should I do? This should be the question which is there, perhaps looming large in your mind, actually. So I help you out in this. How many of you, I don't know, I mean, this is a basically management slide, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, actually. But I'm sure some of you very avid readers might have seen this, hierarchy of needs. So the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is about your emotional needs, your psychological needs, your physiological needs, etc., etc. Now, where are you presently? If I have to equate you, you are actually in this state of physiological needs. You are all about 18 to 20 years of age, what I can understand as far as your first year is concerned. You want breathing, proper breathing, not only breathing of, your air, breathing of space. Come on, ma'am, please don't tell me like this. I know what I know about. Come on, dad, don't teach me. I'm already a, adult, actually. So you need basically breathing space. You need food, obviously. I mean, as a security need of the water, sex, sleep, and so on. But when you actually grow, I won't say age, I say when you grow, when you evolve, and when you actually evolve to a stage where you are almost, coming to my stage or even prior to that, actually you need basically self-actualization, morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts. This is going to be your need of life, actually. What we call also sometime as a stage beyond all this is nothing but nirvana, actually, okay, in Hindi. So coming to acceptance of facts per se, unfortunately, in our whole life, like whatever you are today, 18 to 20 years, or even the faculty, the senior people, they will agree with me on one aspect, that why do we at times feel low in life? Why do we feel threatened? Why we feel constrained? Why we feel fearful? It is simply because we don't accept facts. What kind of facts? The facts about people, the facts about things around us, facts about the environment around us, and importantly, facts about ourselves, actually. So why I wanted to show you this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because this is what you should actually evolve yourself, through these stages. I mean, this is what you should be looking forward to. Unfortunately, in this world, you are following what is known as Maslow 2. Your physiological needs, unfortunately, are a good battery, network, Wi-Fi, etc., etc. Then there are safety needs, then belonging and love. When it comes to Facebook, WhatsApp, esteem needs, they are going to be satisfied, through Twitter, Insta, how many likes, how many dislikes, and your self-actualization needs. Your nirvana is through your entry into YouTube world or your entry into LinkedIn world and so on. Am I right? Tell me if I'm right. Think over it. Even if I'm wrong, just think over it. If this is your Maslow theory of needs, actually, you need to actually graduate from this need. I'm not saying you don't do Facebook. I'm not saying you don't do WhatsApp. I'm not saying you follow this. But don't get scummed. Don't get scummed to these tools in life. These are merely tools in life. They are not your self-esteem needs. They are not your self-actualization needs. Don't be victim of this, actually. Don't get, overbugged if somebody talks some shit on you on Instagram. Don't get overbugged. Lose your balance in case you don't get the number of likes which you desired on a particular post, or somebody disliked it, somebody commented. Overcome this. Overcome this. Very important. Now, this is something, I thought, this slide, I wish I was shown this slide about 35 years ago, So this is what I thought, I must share with you. which sector to build up your career per se. I had shown you various sectors, whether it is defense, aviation, tourism, and so on, so many career. So come on, sir, I mean, so many sectors, I'm actually confused which one. So I would say, which technologies during last 20 years and next 20 years, look out for next 20 years out and place your bet, which technologies or business domains are going to be most powerful and promising. Not difficult. If you are actually aware, if you actually read newspapers, I will bring the importance of newspapers, which I'm sure many of you, I mean, have not even started looking at newspapers actually. Unfortunately, COVID took another toll on this, because of the sanitization issues, and your 11th 12th standard, where you were asked to only concentrate on your studies, etc., etc., that took another toll on the paucity of newspaper in your life actually. When I say newspaper, when I say Google like engines, actually what I'm trying to say, have your own research, look out for next 20 years, which technology. So I did some research for you, and I realized that biotech, IT, clean energy, healthcare, telecom, and importantly microfinance. I'm not going to deliberate on this. What is microfinance? Go over Google and find out. There are not only Google, there are another 32 search engines which can help you build up your career options, can help you get more informed about this. So which line up with your own belief system? This is another thing. Whether you would like to go towards defense sector, where you serve as an armed forces officer, or work in DRDO as a scientist, and so on, consumer industry, corporate industry, or academia, or I mean the civils, the ultimate in India, when it comes to the career per se, if you really want to build up a career, I don't think any career other than civils can offer you a better option. Another aspect of your choosing career is, this is very, very important aspect, whether your career itself is ensuring leadership. Now, what is this leadership about? What do I mean by that? That means whatever arena you look into tomorrow and say that I'm going to work towards this direction. Suppose I wanted to be an Air Force officer, right? So it is very important that as an Air Force officer, my career, what are the possibilities? What is the probability? You should have done your good homework, good maths actually, that I will become the head of the branch as Assistant Chief of the Air Staff. Whether I would reach the leadership, not only I will reach the leadership, the final leadership, it is very important that whether my career is going to provide me 360 degrees outlook about life. That means outlook about life, how to lead above, below, and at your own level, the peer group, how to even inspire people who are in your peer group. The role dynamics, whether your career is going to play a larger role in this aspect. Understanding diversity. This is something in this country, unfortunately, is missing actually. Not only understanding its diversity, accepting the diversity, respecting the diversity. That is how you should look at life actually. So your career per se, you should also see that whether that is ensuring this part, and importantly, it is whether giving you an opportunity, not only making an impact on yourself, as I said in the beginning of the talk, making an impact in the lives of others. If I reached a stage in my life where I might have done well, in terms of my CV, I might have reached the pinnacle of my life, perhaps nothing beyond this, or nothing beyond much this, but importantly, whether I'm making a difference in the environment where I live, whether I've developed that quality, whether I've developed that leadership quality, whether I can make an impact, make a difference in the lives of the people, in the environment where I live. If your career is ensuring this, get into that career. And importantly also, not only your 360-degree outlook, whether your career is helping you to develop an ability with respect to your personal virtues, leverage strengths, fill in the weaknesses, and importantly, dealing in failures. Please don't mind if I'm bit of judgmental, bit of opinionated on the current generation in comparison to my generation, I will only say this much: your generation is more susceptible to get into a loop, a spiral while dealing with failures. So when it comes to dealing with failure, this is, I thought, this is a very important slide which I must share with you. If you never fail, remember, you are not probably trying hard enough. As simple as that. Not all failures are equally forgivable. Imagine, you need to know that well-conceived risks are good. Learn from your failures. Not that, I would say not learn from your failures, I will say learn from others' failures also. That means you need to be really observant about the environment around you. You need to be aware about the environment around you. That, okay, that guy, he went into this field, he failed. And why he failed? What were the lessons learned actually? So lessons are very important, okay? But importantly, if you actually fail in whatever small, endeavor of yours or larger endeavor, even today, I'm not talking about your career or job, even today, whatever you undertake as an activity in your life, like there were societies which were being talked about in your college actually, which were eventually some of you will join, right? And if you fail in your even initial endeavors, do not blame others. Have you seen, any of you has seen, the movie Blame It on Rio? I strongly recommend this movie for you. This movie was done in 60s, imagine, but this movie is relevant even today. Rio is a beach actually, and this is where, when I saw this movie in early 80s, when in the college times, I realized that what exactly is the meaning of this proverb itself, that which is so well quoted actually. Blame it on Rio. Importantly, own up and take responsibility of what you are, your failures are, your successes are. So to cut it short, when it comes to your understanding of career, gain a thorough understanding of career options. Otherwise, you will be forced by circumstances to take a position that is not aligned with your capability, your capacity, and your compatibility, or even your long-term goals, your dreams which you have thought of. I am cautioning you, please look at this sentence which I have written very carefully for you. Understanding which industry positions are on the rise and will help you see what's available to you outside of a traditional career path. Don't look into, PhD as an option, as a traditionally, getting into research, traditionally getting into, academic job. Don't have your research done. It is very important that you have your own research done. Gone the days, when I was a kid like you, and there were hardly any options, whatever options were there to know about life was through newspapers, through the wisdom of my mentors. Here, plethora of knowledge is available just at the press of the button. Sometime take a break from your WhatsApp, sometime take a break from your Facebook, even if I'm sounding cynical actually, Insta, and devote a good time. When I say good time, means minimum start with 1 hour every day on how you need to nurture your personality, and sky is the limit later. On this slide, what I wanted to tell you, that so many people have told you, and you might be seeking this answer, that what should be the ideal career, come on, sir, could you tell me, sir? You may give me a call also, subsequently. Sir, I'm confused, you let me. So what I wanted to simply tell here, career cannot be an ideal thing to happen. It needs to be your passion, which you have decided based on your own research. Have you heard about the placebo effect? The belief system? So I started with the belief system, that you need to believe in yourself, that this is what is there in you. The question which I posed in the first slide, do you have it in you? This question can be only answered by you. No counseling session for half an hour, 40 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. No test of your competencies based on your psychological, assessment can tell you that what you are. You know yourself better than anybody else on this world, provided you are honest to yourself, you are truthful to yourself. So if you believe in yourself, this placebo effect is something like, a doctor, getting frequently visited by a lady who doesn't have a disease, but she feels that she has a disease. मेरे को यहाँ दर्द होता है डॉक्टर साहब, मेरे को वहाँ दर्द होता है, and every week she reaches there. Finally, doctor, trying all the medicines, when everything fails, what he does, he takes some pills which are not pills even, which are some basically sweets, those homeopathic pills actually, and he gives to, he tells with that strong belief to this lady, young lady, I can tell you, if you just eat these pills for 3 months without even coming to me every week the way you come, I can assure you everything will be all right. Can you imagine? That lady doesn't come back to this doctor ever actually, because the placebo effect, the belief system ensures that she's all right. So coming back to not only your belief system, differentiate between what should ideally do. Ideally, sir, you were telling, sir, ideally, the best career is the civil services. But would you like to do civil services? Do you have it in you? This question. So importantly, the question you should be asking, what I want to do. Do your homework. I said research. You are blessed child. You have so much of option, so much of knowledge available. Ask yourself, do you have it in you? Take a well-informed decision. Don't ever depend upon the peer group judgments, opinions, seniors' opinions, mentors' opinions, parents' opinion. No, they have opinions about you. They are already preconceived about you. Very rarely you will find your mentors, your peer group people, your seniors will be actually knowing you, because you know yourself. So take a well-informed decision rather than just getting influenced and impressed. Not even me. And importantly, once you take a well-informed decision, don't take shortcuts. This is a problem, which I see in present generation, a lot of shortcuts because of the multitasking actually. Always remember, nobody dies of hard work. Somebody told me long back. Do you need to have fallback options? This is another question, sometimes people ask me. Plan A, sir, civil services कर लूँगा. Plan B, bank PO का appear करूँगा. Plan C, armed forces कर दूँगा. Plan D, is there any requirement? I personally feel very strongly, if you have fallback options or if you have Plan B, actually you don't give your 100% to your Plan A at all. So never think. Somebody may say that, am I foolish in today's world that nothing is certain? I again go back to the first bullet. Belief system. When you believe in yourself, things would happen. When you dream big, things would happen actually. Think over it. So action speaks louder, man. Intention is one thing. You might have exercised well, well done, good research. Execution is another. In your life, will you execute what you intend, or will you let things happen to you? Accidentally is the big question. When I say accidentally, my career is a checkered career. Generally, people say that not only I'm, multi-talented, I had privilege. Great Almighty, privilege to be part of 12 profiles, 12 type of profiles and 6 different organizations. I got to work. But let me confess with you very frankly, I didn't design it that way. Actually, I wanted to do civil services, but I didn't have guts. So whatever happened to me, it happened with, because of the accidents which kept on happening. Nice set of accidents, but you don't believe that, nice set of accidents can happen in anybody's life actually. So if you're hardworking, then only these accidents happen. So why, coming back to, I will give you just glimpses of my own past actually. So let me tell you, all of you youngsters, I am not born with some silver spoon or not even a reasonable family background, So I am the son of a laborer actually. I was born in Delhi only, to a cloth mill laborer, and forget about means. I started working in a factory in 10th standard actually, and this is how I developed my whole career over a period of time, and this is how I started gaining confidence. When I reached college, Kirodimal College, imagine I was a Hindi medium kind of student, having studied in a government school. So generally Kirodimal, Hansraj, Stephens, Hindu, these are the colleges, where you will find, in my times at least, that people, the peer group people were not of my kind. Very few people were of my kind who had this kind of background, or maybe the rural background, where they couldn't even speak 3 sentences of English. Why 3 sentences? 3 words of English properly. How I did that? You'll be surprised now. I picked up, so don't be ever embarrassed about, accept yourself the way you are. So I picked up one of my own classmate, he's a income tax commissioner, and asked Anuj, I about 4 months later, when the session of like yours was in progress, I said, Anuj, you need to help me out. I feel really pissed off when you people talk in English. So I feel embarrassed that I should not make mistakes, whether grammatical or otherwise, syntax. So you help me out. I will speak to you in English every time we meet in person, actually. And you keep correcting me. Today, what I am today is attributable to Anuj Bhatnagar in terms of my communication skills, believe me. And it just took 6 months, precisely 6 months. Why I'm giving you this story? Because sky is the limit. Once you believe in yourself, things would happen. So, sir, what next? After I made a choice, do I need to do something further? I've decided that this is what. So one is the hard work. Other is I personally believe this is known as, I call it I don't know theory. So if you belong to this category, I don't know, you are of my category actually, right? You actually want to know more and more. But if you already know, if you believe in this theory, I know everything, I know, then there is no possibility of knowing. So as I said earlier, Sambhya ko padhna दुनिया का सबसे कठिन कार्य है दोस्त, प्रयास अवश्य करें. So once you assess yourself very well, accept your nonsenses, accept your nuances, accept your positives, accept everything about yourself, then you can only start working yourself. Always remember, when I say I know and I know don't know theory, हमेशा याद रखिएगा, गुलजार साहब ने कहा था, हवा को गुमान था अपनी आजादी पर, किसी ने उसे भी गुब्बारे में भरकर बेच दिया. So don't be in air ever. You might have, scored 99%. You might have scored 97%. You might have scored 91%. That is a past. That is just a stepping stone to get into this college doorstep, the way I am. So actually, what I wanted to tell you in the next 10 minutes, you need to actually develop your soft skills. What soft skills? So these are some of the soft skills which will pay you throughout your life. Now, how do I, sir, develop these soft skills being in college? I will tell you. Look at the activities, the societies which you're going to join during your course that would help you in communication and your analytical skills. Problem solving skills. Suddenly you are told by your professor, come on, guy, mathematical society people, raise this level to this. Tomorrow, we are going to have a function. You have no time to prepare. So you will have problems, anticipated problems. So you will learn through experience. You could also undertake an internship, and you will eventually take some internship. You will take some research products, I'm sure. Okay. But I have a caution for you. If you take an internship, if you want to, take an internship, don't take it for the sake of writing on your CV. Take an internship to learn something out of the sector where you join on your internship. So if you do so, you may learn teamwork, you may learn managing, you may learn organizational skills, flexibility, responsibility, and importantly, negotiation and conflict resolution. आप कितने भी बड़े ऑफिसर बन जाएं, आप कितने बड़े मैनेजर बन जाएं, आप कितने भी बड़े लीडर बन जाएं, including the Prime Minister of the country, unless you know this part, negotiation and conflict resolution, you have not learned anything. And for having negotiation and conflict resolution, you need to actually know yourself very well. So know your potential, and based on this potential, join some activities, join some internship, join some research fact, and capitalize on this potential very well. Debate is soft skills can be learned or only acquired by birth. Come on, sir. Is it possible? I've been born like this, like you, in a very humble family. Possible? I just gave you my example. It might have happened through accidents, but it did happen in my case. So there are 2,148 families in this labor colony where I was raised as a child. Can you believe that I'm the first class 1 gazetted officer who joined in 1987? वहाँ ढोल ढमाके बजे थे उस particular colony के अंदर. So everything is possible in this world. So why I brought this slide, being raised right doesn't mean, importantly, it doesn't mean you might have been, born with a silver spoon. You don't drink, party, or smoke. I do all the things, let me tell you. Being raised right is how you treat people, the people below you particularly. Your manners and respect, not only below you, the elders of yours. Principal was giving you in a very subtle message that you need to respect people around you. Whether respect brings you down, unless you start respecting now the peer group, the seniors, the juniors, the elders, the mentors, unless you start developing this habit in yours now, when you actually get into career, you will not even accept your bosses, let me tell you. Bring this in yours. So is it only, sir, this is all I need to develop in terms of soft skills? No, the treasure is still left out for you, for me to. So what did you learn, out of this previous slide? Integrity, when it's come integrity, it cannot be situational. Leadership could be situational. You will get a lot of situations in life, but integrity is not situational. It cannot be, based on the circumstances. Look at the boy. He didn't get even proper appreciation from this old man, but he wanted to maintain his. He was looking forward to even a smile from this old man, and he was slightly conservative even giving this smile. That should not stop you to exercise integrity. Integrity is what? Integrity, is it honesty? No, sir. Integrity means to be honest to yourself first. So people generally talk about empathy and sympathy. So this is another soft skill. Unless you learn this second soft skill in your life, even today, start developing this skill in yourself. Then only you can think of being a great leader actually. It implies feeling with a person rather than feeling sorry for him. Always remember that. Empathy is not sympathy. And lastly, the third quality as a leader, you should develop excellence. Excellence is not a target. You said to yourselves, I will get 91%. I will get more than 90%. Is it over? Excellence is not a stationary target. It is a moving target. The moment you receive one part of excellence, this target will move away from you. It will haunt you. It will taunt you. It will tease you to come to him actually further. So I have written 106% effort. Where is the question of giving 100% effort? Unless you give 106% effort, you will not actually get into the excellence. And importantly, it is aspiring for excellence without compromising integrity and empathy, the most important thing. So what I was saying, there is something wrong with your character if opportunity controls your loyalty. There is a saying that psychologically, within 9 years of your initial grooming, you become what you become 70% of it. Rest you develop yourself in next 30. Next 30% you develop throughout your life, depending upon your need to develop yourself. There is a theory like this in psychology. But I personally believe, and very strongly believe, that even as a person, I have actually evolved more than that 30% over a period of time. There is a possibility like that. So what do I do to acquire this? What are the practical ways to acquire some of the soft skill which you told me? I will not get into each and every sentence. I will just reflect them. Importantly, all this is going to be possible unless you are self-disciplined. Your principal spoke very nicely about the need of discipline. I am today not only doing well for myself in terms of what I have acquired in life, actually, professionally. I can boast about it that I've just completed 700 kilometers of Trans-Himalayan cycle expedition in 9 days continuously, where the altitude was 12,000 feet to 15,000 feet, competing with the youngsters. This was an India leadership ride where only C-level officers, the CEOs, coups, and competing with the youngsters from the corporate world who were of the age of 36 to maybe 44. How I am able to do all this today? It is because of self-discipline. I'm a marathoner. I need not tell you much more about that. Perhaps you can look into my LinkedIn profile and more. But then ultimately it comes from self-discipline. You need 3 hobbies, ladies and gentlemen. 1 to keep you creative, 1 to keep you in shape physically, very important throughout your life, and 1 to make you some money, some security. It is important that you spread good vibes in real life and not just online. That is the only way you will rock. Remember, not just online. That is a farce. That is only for likes and dislikes. That is only for your self-esteem. That is how you perceive your self-esteem is to be. Live the life. When you are in a great hurry to do something, just hold back a few seconds. That's all it takes to shift from near compulsiveness to consciousness. You know that you are an angry young man. Suppose you know that. Now, from this compulsive state of being angry to being conscious and slow down, not to react at the time, it is up to you how you do that. And for that, you need to be spiritually attractive. Join some spiritual course. There is no harm. I joined this spiritually attractive courses much later in my life. I am giving you this option now. Time is now. So my aim, ladies and gentlemen, this is through the last slide which I'm going to show you, was to sow a seed today. I don't know how long I have been successful. Ladies and gentlemen, happy landings, even during your trials and tribulations, which are going to happen for sure throughout your life. I am available. Thank you so much for listening to me patiently. My craft, and rather I have exceeded, the time limits. My email is with you. My contact number is with you. You are actually most welcome anytime in your life to get connected to me. Throughout your life, I'm there with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mahajan. That was an intensive and insightful session. And I'm particularly thankful to you for bringing in the life skill aspect, because that in the academia is the latest trend, from university curricula to, there's special guidelines from UGC to focus for the university curriculums, on life skills. And many universities have recently started new courses in life skills. And even in Swayam platforms, a lot of life skill courses are available online for the students. And really appreciate the effort that you took specifically on life skills, which is the need of the future. Life skill is called the course of the future. Without life skills, one cannot survive. So thank you so much, for such extensive session. And that's why, even though it was a little going beyond our schedule, I thought, it's very important that we should not interrupt you, and let you finish your presentations. Thank you so much. We move on to the next session, dear students, which is an introduction to all the societies.
Can I leave the session now? I have important meetings lined up.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Guys, nice talking to you. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We move on to the next part of this orientation session, which is Introduction to Societies. Professor Tudeja, can we have the slides online? Yeah, the slides are coming, so we'll start. The college has many societies which are, of course, coordinated by teachers, but primarily controlled and convened and managed by students themselves. First one is Arts and Culture Society. It's in the alphabetical order, so I'll read out in the alphabetical order. Arts and Culture Society is an umbrella society comprising 6 sub-societies, which has Indian classical music, Western music, Indian dance, Western dance, fine arts, and theatre. Admission is primarily through the ECA admission process, but Arts and Culture Society also organizes annual auditions for non-ECA admission students to join various teams under Arts and Culture Society. We have Bioscope Film Society. The Film Society screens films and documentaries by reputed national and international filmmakers, particularly those which are not usually available on the commercial circuit. Chimera, the Photography Society, is another dominant society. Chimera is also part of the college virtual tour that you have watched in the morning. The society index members based on their creativity skills, their knowledge of basic photography and use of DSLR and point and shoot camera. Debating Society is another major society in the college, which is very active and vibrant. It organizes debates on a wide range of topics. It also organizes the mock parliaments and the model United Nations in the college, which are basically national events. Gandhi Study Circle seeks to discover the relevance of Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy in today's scenario and find Gandhian solutions and offer Gandhian solutions to much of contemporary problems. The Girls Association provides the right platform for female students to showcase their talents in various fields and helps to develop leadership qualities in them. Katha Club organizes seminars, workshops, lecture demonstrations, and exhibitions around a wide range of themes and activities that enhance the cultural exposure and involvement of students and introduce them to the art of narrative. National Cadet Corps, NCC, the Zakir Husain Delhi College NCC is one of the premier NCC unit in the entire Delhi circuit and under Delhi NCC cantonment. NCC, you can go and check the website. The NCC enrollment forms are available on the website. In 3 years of training, a cadet can attend different camps and participate in various adventurous activities. Those cadets who pass with C certificate examination with A grade are exempted from the written examination for joining military services at the officers level. Then we have the National Service Scheme, the NSS. which works on different projects to make valuable contribution to society and to ensure that students are more oriented towards social issues. Nature and Environment Society works with the motto, in nature, nothing exists alone. So as a student, if you are somebody who is sensitive to nature and environment, this is the place to go. Northeast Students Counseling and Welfare Cell caters to the needs of Northeast students in the college. They also organize the Northeast Annual Fest. Quintessence, the Quiz Society, organizes various quiz competitions and fosters quizzing skills and promotes scholastic excellence and competence among students of the college. The former, it's a matter of pride for the society that the former convener of the society is now the principal of the college, Professor Sangeeta Pandit. Apart from these student-managed, student-organized, student-run societies, each department has its own departmental society, which are also run by students under the mentorship of faculty members. And these departmental societies regularly organize national and international seminars, workshops, and various other competitive or otherwise events. And these are the places where you can develop your organizational skills, much of your life skills, as Dr. Mahajan was speaking, life skills. Much of the life skills are needed in these societies. Other student-oriented committees, apart from these student-run societies, are as follows: career counseling and placement cell, which is primarily aimed at ensuring that our students have a window to career, and it also organizes the annual career mela, the internship mela and placement mela in the college. So this is a great opportunity for our third year students. Once you are in the third year, and not just in the third year, even the second year you can participate, but primarily aimed at third year students, the placement cell. But career counseling sessions are held throughout the academic year for all courses across all years. Enabling unit is dedicated to cater to the special needs of students with disabilities, students with special requirements in the college. Proctoral board is entrusted with maintaining the task of maintaining discipline and investigating cases of indiscipline as per the university rules in the college. Sports Advisory Board, college has a rich history of participation in sports activities, and college is famous for football. But there are so many other athletics: basketball, carom, chess, cricket, football, judo, tennis, taekwondo, and volleyball. All items you can participate. There will be proper selection auditions through which you can participate in these various sports teams. The Student Union Advisory Board. Student Union, as you know, is a premier students' body. All of you are members of the Student Union, but through elections, the office bearers are elected in fact, and the university comes with annual schedules of the election when the Student Union body elections happen and the office bearers are selected. The Students' Aid Committee. This committee facilitates financial aid to the needy students in the form of fee reimbursement. Every year, the committee invites applications from eligible students for financial assistance, and deserving students are selected by scrutinizing the applications. Equal Opportunity Cell has the objective to provide equal opportunity to all students of the college, irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, and region. And there are some other facilities apart from these student-oriented committees. Many of the facilities are already explained in the morning in the official tour, the virtual tour that you have watched. And this is a list here. And the college also offers a lot of scholarships and awards to meritorious students. So you can check the college prospectus. Especially, I have mentioned page numbers here, page number 37 and 38. Of the college prospectus gives you, these two pages will give you information about all the scholarships and awards the college has. So you can please check, and if you're meritorious, you will get awards or scholarships. Administrative assistance, as shown in the virtual tour again, you have to visit the administrative block for any queries regarding your college ID card, attendance, internal assessment, fee payment, examinations, mark sheets, and degrees. And there are various windows to help you. The window number 1, fully dedicated for all BA program students. Window number 2 for all BA honors students. Window number 7 is where BCom honors and BCom program students will go. And window number 8 is for all PG students, all master's students. And window number 9 is fully dedicated to all science honors and program students. So that's a brief of various committees, societies, and administrative facilities in the college. Thank you. We'll now have a brief session on various questions students generally ask. So I have Dr. Mohammed Afzal with me from the English department. So this question and answer session is planned as a conversation between the two of us, so as to clear various questions the students might have. So here we are.
Hello, Abdul.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi, Abdul. Students have a barrage of questions regarding classes and accommodation. They're really eager to attend offline classes. All of us are tired of sitting at home. Do you have any idea when the college is going to reopen for offline classes? Can the students visit college now?
Okay, well, that's a lot of questions in one cluster. See, even I am tired of sitting at home, and I'm eager to visit the real classroom. Well, we are all eagerly waiting for the students to come to the classes, come to the college, and attend regular classes, offline classes. However, the classes would start this week. This week, most departments will have orientation sessions. Today we have at 12:30 an orientation session, which students will attend. All of them can go to the college website, check the links for their their respective department orientations, and attend from 12:30. So that's and then the departments will give further details about department orientations and timetables and classes. So now, as of now, the classes will run through online mode.
So Abdul, when will online classes start? What are the requirements to attend online classes?
Okay, so the classes will now run through online mode. The college uses Microsoft Teams, which is software. You have the laptop, so the desktop software, and also the mobile app for Microsoft Teams. So students can install the Microsoft Teams app in their mobile phone or the software in their desktop. And the college will provide them login details for the Microsoft, which in a day or two, the college will be giving to all students through the respective department teacher in charges or course coordinators. So all students will get login details for their Microsoft account. So you will have login details and password shared by the college, using which they can log into their account. And once they log into their account, their teachers would have already added them to the different class groups. Say if, for instance, if I am teaching communicative English, ability enhancement course in communication, then I would add all students in my batch, my class, to my class groups. When a student logs in, to the account, that student can see the class where he or she is already added. So then, when I start a class, she or he will get the notification, but they will also get the timetable. So definitely, they know when to log in and when to attend the class. And they should have two things very important apart from the login details. One, they should have a smart device. It could be either a smartphone or an iPod or a laptop or a personal computer. There has to be a device, which allows them to attend this class. The second most important, if they don't have it, they should arrange it at the earliest, is a very good internet connection. At least, that can run for 4 to 5 hours so that they can attend all classes in a day. So they should have a good internet connection, a device, a smart device, and they get the login ID. They are set for the classes.
So Abdul, once they install MS Teams app and the details you said, college is going to email it to them. So once they enter details, then you said a notification will appear on their app, and that will inform them about the classes that they have to attend.
Exactly. Because they would be added to all the classes. So once they log into their account, they will know which are the classes they have been added. And when the teacher, if the class is at 8:40, I start a class at 8:40. The students will see a notification that meeting started in a particular class. So they just have to click on it, and they are in the class.
Okay. And apart from this, there are so many outstation students who have taken admission at college. I'm really proud of it. Does the college provide hostel facilities to outstation students? And how can such students live in Delhi if hostel is not available?
Okay, well, that's again, we as a college do not provide hostel facility. Our college doesn't have hostels for students, both boys and girls. However, our students can apply for the university hostels. University has many hostels, and they can apply for the university hostels, where all the paperwork, whatever facilitation are needed from our end, the college does that. However, most students who are outstation students also, make use of facilities like the PGs, and there are so many PGs available at various parts. So they make use of PGs, and students, if 5 or 6 of them are coming from a particular region, they can also rent a flat and share it, and that's how most of our students do usually. And definitely, when they are in the department, I'm sure today in the department orientation, most of the departments have invited their alumni. So former students, second year and third year students can guide the first year students, or even the alumni who are coming can definitely guide them, how to come and settle in Delhi, which is of course a major task. But when they are in Delhi, they learn. That's what they say. Once I remember, I was in my master's, and I went to meet an IAS officer asking for his guidance. Then I had already cleared the JNU entrance. And he told me, "You're going to Delhi. I am too little to help you. You're going to Delhi, you learn yourself." So when they are in Delhi, definitely they will learn themselves.
So thank you, Abdul. I hope students, through this question and answer session, we were able to answer your queries. Over to Abdul again. Thank you.
Thank you, Afzal. I hope our discussion has actually helped the students to clarify some of their general doubts, which are usually asked by most students. Now, as I said, from 12:30 onwards, they can attend the departmental sessions. I will just open the college website and show them how to attend the department session. So they go to this website, Zakir Husain Delhi College.ac.in. So once they go there, I hope you can see my tab. So you check view all in the latest section, click view all, list of meeting links for ZHDC departmental orientations, 22nd November 2021. Read more, you have the view PDF, you view PDF, then the list of departmental orientation link comes. So if you are in Sanskrit department, click here. If you are in Urdu department, click here. So against each department, the link is mentioned. Yeah. So they can easily check here. All the links are available here. They can check that, and then they can log into their respective departmental orientations from 12:30 onwards. We'll now move towards the concluding session of our program today. May I invite Dr. Nadira ma'am, Dr. Nadira Arif, for the official word of thanks.
Yeah, a very good afternoon to our most valued guest, Dr. R.K. Mahajan, our respected principal, Dr. Sangeeta Pandita, esteemed colleagues, and my dear children. I hope that today's session has helped all the new students in making a strong connect with our great institution, Zakir Husain Delhi College. Organizing such an event is not an easy task. It requires a lot of efforts. And I really feel honored to propose vote of thanks to all those who have helped us in making this program a success. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest, Dr. R.K. Mahajan, for taking out time from his busy schedule to grace the event. We were really honored to have him here with us, and we really thank him for his very thoughtful, provoking, and interesting address. I would like to thank our principal ma'am, Professor Sangeeta Pandita, for her guidance, valuable inputs, and moral support. I would also like to thank the team of teachers, Professor G.S. Tuteja, Professor Muhammad Arif, Dr. Abdul Hamid P.A., Dr. Dheeraj, Dr. Afzal, all teacher in charges and conveners for making excellent presentation and making the program more meaningful and interesting. I am happy to express a vote of thanks to our technical staff, Mr. Wafa, Mr. Nizam, and the administrative officer, Mr. Zafar Kamal, who worked tirelessly to make this program a grand success. It would be unfair not to mention the contribution made by members of Photography Club, Chimera, and Arts and Culture Society. Thank you so much, my dear students, for making this program more effective and interesting. Last but not the least, I thank all my dear students for participating in this event. Thank you all. We will see you in the departmental orientation program scheduled to begin at 12:30. Thank you.